Dan Zelos, welcome along. How was your debut in the eSeries last week?
Yeah, good. It was a big learning curve. It's definitely different to real life racing, and I mean, I'm racing against a lot of guys I raced against this year in Mini Challenge or last year in Mini Challenge, but also a lot of new faces too. I've heard about a lot of the names. They're all swirling around the paddock and stuff, and for example, Dave Marshall and stuff. They've all got yeah, they had a lot of experience in their back. So it was, I felt like a novice again, jumping into junior for the first time back when I was 15. But no, I really enjoyed it, and it's a great bunch of guys, and to sit at home during lockdown when there's not much else going on to do some really tight, realistic racing, getting ready for the season.
And you're a newcomer, aren't you, to sim racing and sims in general? You've only just got the kit.
No, I've literally had it. I think it's probably almost 4 weeks now. It was right at the end of December that I actually got the simulator. I've been panning about the idea of getting one for ages, but it's quite a big investment, and it's I've always been quite old school with kind of I've always done track walks and like watching other people's lines and their video footage. I've never really jumped in a simulator to practice for race events before. So I planned about the idea. I've never actually, decided, yes, I'm going to get one. But with a lockdown, I'm twiddling my thumbs, not knowing what to do, and I'll just like missing that competitiveness. So I invested in the simulator, VRRC. Rich got the turnaround the sim so quickly for me. I think it took about 3 weeks to get over to me, all built and ready. I mentioned him earlier, but Dave Marshall helped me a lot with getting it all set up to fit me and get my Mini on there with all my livery and everything. And it's an unbelievable bit of kit, and I'm a little bit addicted. I think. I think my parents might hate me a little bit. They can hear me shouting up in my bedroom like I'm a 12-year-old kid on FIFA again. But no, I am really enjoying it.
It showed in the first round that we did, Brands Hatch Indy, and for a first time, I mean, everybody said it was going to be a lot closer this season, the E Series, and indeed it was. But a good showing from you.
Yeah. I mean, I finished. I think it was 10th in the first race, which gave me. I think it was third place on the reverse grid, and then I finished fifth. Just about. I was fourth for so long, and I was beating the championship leader Dave Marshall until just the last corner where he just pipped me. But no, the race was really tight. I mean, Brands Hatch Indy is always known for being a tight circuit in qualifying, and the race is how short it is, and it was just the same. Just the same on the Assetto course again, which we race on, and I think I'm very happy with myself to get two top 10 finishes. That was the goal, and I mean there's a lot of quick guys out there, and to get up to speed that quickly, and to get some good kind of live coverage from my Devante tires Mini. I think it's a big success. But now I'm gritting my teeth, and I'm hoping for even better showing this Saturday at Donington.
Tell us a little bit about Devante. Obviously, been prominent on your real world car and very prominent on your team name and your car for the E Series. So, a big help for you.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I mean, this I'm going into now the second year of Devante supporting me, and as soon as I told them about the E Series, that they jumped straight on board, which I'm very thankful for. The esports thing is very new to them as well, but no, we're exploring it together, and I'm very honoured for them to want to put that on my car. And it's nice to know that we've got the support from them in this uncertain times as well. It's not easy for any businesses right now, so for them to carry on their committed support means a lot.
That's really good. What I do with the drivers that we've interviewed, whether it's in the E Series or outside, is talk a little bit about their background. And the thing that strikes me looking back, I've got a little index card of each driver that we talked to with various statistics on, and it helps me build a picture of the career. And the one thing that stands out for me is that year after year after year, you've been successful in whatever championship you've raced in, be it karts, kart masters, you were podium pace there. That continued through Ginetta, winning driver in Ginetta Juniors, winning driver in Mini Challenge. It must be gratifying that the hard work that you and your sponsors put in pays off. But to tell us a bit about the prep and that path.
I mean, it's always been it's always been a lad and dad thing since I jumped on a quad bike when I was 3 years old. my dad was there by my side, making sure I didn't fall off. When I then turned, I think it was 7 or 8 years old, and I jumped in the ride and drive go-kart for the first time, he was there at the sidelines making sure I didn't crash into a barrier. And then he'd been mechanicking me all the way through karting, supporting me all the time, to our, like you said, winning the British National Low Plate and Rower, I think in 2013, and racing and coming second in kart masters about 2 or 3 times to the people like Lando Norris, Stan Ticktum, and Tom Gamble that are all very, very successful drivers now. My dad has always been there with me, and he was with me when we made the jump in Ginetta Juniors when I was 15, and since we jumped into cars, my dad and my family personally couldn't fund my racing, so we tried extra hard to try and get sponsorship. And I was very, very lucky to get Evergreen Tyres for the 5, I think it was 6 years in total they supported me for, until we moved over to Devanti Tyres. And there's also other sponsors as well that I wouldn't be able to do it without them. For example, Cam Systems, Align Detailing, that have all come on board over the last few years. And the ongoing support from the business I work for, We Sell Tyres and Tambit Group. All of them put together make this dream possible for me. And if not, I would have finished at karting. So I'm very thankful for them. And I'm very thankful for my dad for not giving up. And now, hopefully, moving forward, I can start to repay that to my dad. But it's a long road ahead, but we're not going to give up.
All of the championships that you've raced in have been top level, and they have been tough. And JCW's probably as tough as any of them.
Definitely. I think, last year, it definitely stood up a level, the returning of Morton Eels, Nathan Harrison with all of his experience he's had in the mini JCWs. He's finished second championship 2 or 3 times, I think it was. And he was also very successful in Renault Clio Cup when I was in it as well. So we had them faces. We had a returning face like Lewis Brown, who I've raced against in every championship I seem to do. We just can't get away from each other, always going back to karting. Lewis has always been quick and up there. And, his story with his dad is very similar to mine. And I mean, we had an 8-car team in Accelerate, and the whole team were up the top of the pace. We had 4 or 5 cars in the top 10 all the time, so they're always keeping me on my toes. And we had a lot of new rookie drivers last year. For example, Isaac, who came into Accelerate, Isaac Smith, he had some really, really good results, and he kind of came out of nowhere with podiums and stuff. So we've all had to up our game. Me, Nathan, and Morton Eels, Max Bird's another one, and Max Coates, John from Clio Cup, across the Mini. I've raced against Max for many years now. A very good driver, and yeah, it was definitely a tough year last year, but I enjoyed every minute of it. And the Mini Challenge car just makes some brilliant racing for us drivers. It's a great car to drive on 1 lap pace. You can race for 20 laps and still be as tight as anything, putting lap times in that are so consistent, almost identical. So yeah, a big thank you for Mini Challenge for making the championship what it is, because they've done an amazing job.
Incredibly close championship, and it just looks like it is literally a mini touring car championship when you see those cars going around. The body language of the cars, the closeness of the racing and the field is absolutely exceptional. Any plans or announcement for this year?
Well, I can't let anybody yet. I mean, I'll leave everybody guessing. I don't think there's going to be an amazing video like what Tom Ingram released today for his touring car drive. That was exceptional. That's really put the bar high. But we've been really trying over the off season to try and get some more partners on board and raise the budget to maybe race in British touring cars. The pandemic has not timed itself well for anybody, and I'm really hoping to make that step this year, but I think it may be postponed maybe to 2022, which is frustrating, but I'm not going to give up, and hopefully toward the end of this year the pandemic will start to go away. We can start having them guests and family and stuff at the race weekends, and we can really push for that in 2022. So it's looking likely that I'll be in a mini challenge again. I finished second last year, third the year before, so there's only one place I want to finish this year. And there's a lot of returning faces I know of that will keep me on my toes, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. We just got a couple more things to finalise, trying to make sure my partners can stay on board and stuff, and maybe try and see a new face as well, which we're looking forward to try and getting over the line. But once that's completed, you'll be the first to hear, and fingers crossed we'll be on the grid.
That'll be good. Look forward to that announcement. So keep us posted on that. In the meantime, obviously looking forward to this weekend and the eSeries racing at Donington Park. We tried to mirror, I say we, the organisers, tried to mirror as far as they could the schedule of BTCC. And now Donington Park finds itself at the other end of the schedule with the rescheduling that we've had. So, but second week of eSeries, Donington Park. How are you approaching it?
Well, we've had a lot less time to prepare for Donington compared to Brands Hatch. I think, as soon as I got the sim, I was able to jump onto Assetto Corsa and start practicing on the Brands Hatch track, which is a very short lap, as you know. And now we've got a week to practice for a Donington Park lap, which is probably twice as long, twice as wide. We've got fast corners, undulation, and it's Donington Park's not an easy circuit in real life, and it's exactly the same on the simulator. So everybody's on their toes. I can look on my phone to see who's doing laps and when, and I was sneaking on it while I was at work today, and I was seeing other people online, putting really, really high times in. So I need to try and get my bum in gear and get up there and get some time in the simulator when I can, and try and get in the zone by Saturday morning. But I think I was speaking to Josh Stanton, who's was my teammate last year in Accelerate, who's also joined the eSeries this year. And we've had a little chat, and we're going to try and get some laps in together tomorrow evening to try and make sure that we put on a good show on Saturday.
Once lockdown is loosened, Dan, do you find yourself doing coaching or anything like that in the real world? I know you've got a real job and you touched on that, but do you do any coaching at all?
Yeah, so I have my instructor license. I got it a couple of years ago. It is just trying to fit it in around my full-time job. I mean, I work Monday to Friday and then most Saturdays as well. So it's kind of fitting it around that. I've been helping out with some friends and family and stuff on track days at my local track, Snetterton. But I haven't done too much in instructing in real race cars. My real goal and ambition would be to start instructing on Ginetta Juniors and maybe even Mini Coopers and stuff like that. When I was in Ginetta Juniors myself, I had some great instructors, for example, Tom Ingram, Stefan Hodgetts, and they really stepped up my game in car racing, and I wouldn't be where I am today without them. So if I could work myself up to doing exactly what they did and helping out younger drivers like I used to be, I think that would be a great thing to say that I've done and accomplished. But yeah, it would just got to try and fit it around my job at the moment, and with the pandemic, it's harder than ever.
With the real job and coaching and everything else, we were chatting to Mike Epps after the race last week at Brands Hatch, and he said that once things do get slightly looser, he's going to be away working, and all the sim lads are going to be sitting on the sims all day practicing more, and he feels he might lose out. Is that the case with you, do you think, as well?
Possibly. I mean, Mike had nothing to worry about. Mike proved last Saturday that he's a very quick sim driver. He's definitely got the knack for it. Where he soared past me in race 2. But yeah, that definitely will be affected. But I think now I've got the sim to my aid, and it's at home. It's convenient for me. I think the race weekends leading up to the real life events, I think it's really going to help me have that extra edge when it comes to the race weekends.
Well, that's good to hear. Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us, Dan. I hope the viewers of the eSeries like it, and your regular fans, if they don't watch the eSeries, then hopefully if they see it on your social media, they'll come along and watch the last few rounds of the championship. But many thanks for chatting. Good luck for the weekend. Good luck with the budgets. Keep us posted, and we'll see you on the podium.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan.